Welcome on today's Youth Work podcast episode. I'm Liam, and we're delighted to be joined by Liam Stenton, who is a Solway Sharks captain, and Kell Beattie, who is one of the defence hockey players. Welcome along, Liam and Kell. We are happy to have you here today. To get us started, here is a question to get you thinking. What's your favourite animal and why?
So my favourite animal is an ant, because ants can carry 10 times their own body weight, and they're really good when they're working as a team as well.
For me, I would have to say a gorilla probably. I've just always liked gorillas at the zoo, and they're the king of the jungle, and that's how I look at myself really as well.
For anyone who doesn't play, can you tell us what 3 basic rules in hockey is?
So one basic rule is to score a goal, obviously you need to get the ice hockey puck inside the other team's ice hockey net. So it's pretty simple. It's a bit like football where you have to kick the ball into the other net, but it's just a puck and you're using a stick instead of your feet. Another rule, offside. If you step over the blue line, so there's lines on the ice. If you step over one of the lines on the ice before the puck crosses that line, it's offside. So it's a little bit like the back line in football. So for people that understand football, the back line in football is like the blue line in ice hockey. So if you're beyond that before the puck, then you're offside. Kell, you got another one?
Another one is obviously you can get penalties in ice hockey as well. So one of the penalties are tripping. So if you trip an opposing player up in the other team, you have to sit 2 minutes in the penalty box, and then your team goes down to 4 skaters for 2 minutes, and the other team stays with 5 skaters for 2 minutes. So it's called a power play then. So it's a disadvantage to your team, so it gives an advantage to the opposing team to give them a chance to score. So it is.
How did you get into ice hockey, and what inspired you to get in when you were your age?
So I started quite young. I started when I was 6, and I mainly got into it because my brother started ice skating. So he went to the ice bowl. I was really wanting to get on the ice. Eventually, when I got on the ice, I hated it at first, and then once I got back on, eventually started to enjoy it, and then that's just kind of where I went from there. Nothing really inspired me. My dad was always big into sport as well. My brother was good into sport when he was a bit younger as well, so that kind of pushed me on to start playing ice hockey as well.
Yeah, sort of the same for me. I started when I was 6 or 7. Went ice skating one day with my family, so I did, and I really enjoyed it, and seen all the young kids around my age coming in to play ice hockey later on, and I said to my mum, oh, I would like to try that. I enjoyed skating at first, so I did. It took me a wee bit to get used to it, and then once I started playing hockey, everything sort of took off from there. But nothing really inspired me. My mum and dad both played professional sports growing up, so I was always came from a sporty background. But I just wanted to try something different than them, and it's worked out for me.
How did you become the captain of Solway Sharks, and how did it make you feel when you heard you got there?
So the coaches pick their captains and assistants. So I've played for Martin for the majority of my life. I've captained Martin, his teams when I've been away playing with Great Britain as well. So yeah, he spoke to me in the summer once I signed my deal, and he said he wanted me to be the captain. So it was quite hard keeping that quiet. Obviously, I told the close family and friends, and then I got announced by the club just before the season started. So that was good. It made me feel quite honoured. It's a big role being the captain of the team. Obviously, the pressure's on you a little bit more, and you're a bit more in the limelight. But apart from that, it's a really big honour, and it feels really good.
What's the difference between young people's ice hockey and adult ice hockey?
Young people hockey, I feel like it's a lot more. Well, old people hockey, it's a lot more physical. So it is. So there's a lot more contact within the sport and hitting, and then you've got the odd fight. People can fight as well in the hockey. But there's a big difference, I feel like, from the step up going from young people hockey to the older people hockey, because when you're playing younger hockey, you've got a full face cage on, so if you get hit in the face by a puck, it's not going to hurt you, whereas when you're playing men's hockey, you've got a half visor on, so it only covers your eyes bit. So I've lost a few teeth throughout the journey as well, and my face has been busted up a few times, but I feel like just the contact, and it's a lot more quicker, so it is, and a lot more structured as well.
Going on from that, when young people play ice hockey, do they need to wear any protective gear than adults don't?
So like Kell said, they wear a full face cage, so that covers their whole face from their eyes right down to their chin. Whereas, like Kell said, when you play men's hockey, so women's ice hockey, the adults still wear a full face cage, but the men's hockey, once you turn 18, you can take that full cage off and you just wear a half visor. So it's like a kind of plastic see-through piece of material, and it covers roughly down to the middle of your nose, and then the bottom half of your face is open. So it is, like Kell said, you do get a little bit of pucks to the face, sticks to the face, and I'm being pretty lucky. I've been alright. I've still got all my teeth, but like Kell said, some people do lose their teeth and get busted open a few times.
What's your progression?
So my progression, I started off when I was 6, like I said. Started playing through the junior career in Dumfries, played up until I was 16. As soon as I turned 16, I moved into the senior team for the Sharks. And the same year I was 16, I started training with the team in Glasgow. So there's a professional league, the top league in Britain called the Elite League. Kell's also been there. But they play in a fully professional league. They have been since they started. And I started training up there, when I was 16. Then the season after, I ended up playing a couple of games. I think I played maybe 10, 12 games. And then the year after that, I ended up going up there full time for half of the season. And then the year after that, I played full time up there. So I signed up there full time and I wasn't involved with the Sharks at all. And then the year after that, so the 23-24 season, I came back to Dumfries, and then that's when I started playing with the Sharks again. But I was playing with the Sharks the whole time in between. COVID as well. COVID's a different one. Obviously, everything got shut down, like we all know, with the pandemic. But there was an elite series, they called it. So I played. There was 4 teams. There was Nottingham Panthers, the Sheffield Steelers, Coventry Blaze, and Manchester Storm. So we all played in like a little mini tournament in-house, no fans or anything. So I played for the Nottingham Panthers, and that we ended up winning that elite series. So that was really good for me. But yeah, my progression's mainly been in Dumfries, and then the odd season up in Glasgow, and then obviously the single one in Nottingham as well.
As you can probably tell by my accent, I'm not from Scotland. So I started playing hockey back home in Belfast when I was about 6 or 7. Came right up through the junior ranks until about under 16s, and then COVID hit. Was sort of, as you know, everyone was in their houses and that, and then I was granted, me and a few other boys back home were granted like an elite status where we could train throughout the mornings while COVID was still going on. And then I got a message from Jamie Thompson, who's assistant coach and GM of the Sharks this year, to say that they were wanting to have a look at me and come over for training camp. So I came over then, and I've been here ever since. Like Liam said, I played for the Belfast Giants, who are also in the Elite League as well. I've been on a 2-way contract, so that's a bit different. So you can play for both teams. So I've been on a 2-way contract for this is my 4th year now, so it is. And it's been great. So it has. So you can play for 2 different teams as long as we're in 2 different leagues. So they are. So it's great getting to go up and down and getting a different taste of a professional hockey career.
What skills and qualities do you need to play an ice hockey to have a professional level?
So a big one's teamwork. Obviously, you're in a team environment, so you need to be able to trust your teammates. So trust is another one. So trust, teamwork, communication's key. So like me and Kell, obviously, we play in the same team. So when we're on the ice, we're talking to each other the whole time. We're shouting back and forward. If somebody's coming towards Kell, I'm letting them know. If Kell wants a puck off me, he's letting me know. So there's 3 key ones. So teamwork, communication, honesty is another good one, actually. So you've got to be honest with your teammates. So the situations where we've been in this season especially, we've been in some slumps, we've been in some highs, we've been in some lows. So it's about being honest with your teammates and let them know what you feel, because they can't read you. You're not a book, so you've got to be honest. You've got to communicate, like I said. And they're kind of the principal ones. Obviously, that being good at ice hockey kind of helps as well. But to be a good person definitely helps in that professional environment.
Do you have any?
No, I feel like Liam covered it. Obviously, he's the captain of the team this year, and everything he says is correct. I feel like another big one is, and over the past few games, we've been in a sort of a slump, so we have as well. And I just feel like we've sort of came back to just having fun, really. We all play ice hockey for a reason, and we all enjoy it, and we all do it for fun. Obviously, we're getting paid to do it now, but that's why we're here, is just to have fun and play hockey, really.
If a young person wanted to get into ice hockey, how would they go about that?
I feel like just starting off skating. Obviously, you've got the local rink here in Dumfries. Just go and try it out and start skating. And if you enjoyed it, you can always contact the Solway Sharks Juniors Club, and we have learn to play sessions.
Learn to play, yeah. So the council run learn to play in hockey fundamentals. So there's a stage from when you first learn to skate, and then you can either go down like the figure skating route or the ice hockey route. So there's hockey fundamentals, which comes more towards the ice hockey route, and then from there you move into the learn to play. Then from the learn to play, you can get selected to play into the junior club.
What do you think are the benefits of a young person's mental health playing ice hockey?
There's a lot of benefits. It's a good stress reliever. So obviously it's a contact sport, especially when you get to the kind of age of 14. Under 12 is a little bit less contact. There's still contact in it, but it's a lot less contact. But when you get to kind of 14, 15, so that kind of young person status, it's the contact ups a little bit. So it's a good stress reliever. You're obviously skating around pretty fast. You're shooting the pucks pretty hard, and you're bumping into each other. But it's a really good stress reliever. And it's really good to get into like that teamwork environment, like I said before. So working together, the communication side of it. So there's lots of benefits for young people to get into that in their mental health. And it's good, like I said, to be in that team environment. You can look at your friends, you can look at your peers, and you can see that they're succeeding. You can see where they've went wrong, and you can build off that and kind of make life choices going on what they've done.
As a final question, what do you love most about your job and why?
What I love about it. I feel like just being around all the boys all the time. Obviously, we train quite a lot throughout the week, but also we have our downtime period as well where we're not training. And I feel like just the camaraderie of everyone coming together. Obviously, we've got quite a few boys that live here now as well, and just doing simple stuff like we all go to the gym together. We've actually started playing pickleball here in DG1 as well. So it's been great. So it has. And I feel like just everyone coming together and just bonding as a team, really. It's been great. So it has.
Same as Kell. I think if you ask any hockey player what their favourite part of playing hockey is, it's always the other guys in the team. Like Kell said, we do a lot together. We go to the gym. We go for food. Like we've started the season, they were doing food reviews on some of the places in town just for a laugh. But it is good. It's the team camaraderie and keeping everyone together. And being around the other boys is definitely one of the best parts.
Thanks. We've really appreciated speaking with you today. Before we go, we would like you to randomly pick an icebreaker for the next question in the next episode.
So I've been thinking about this for a while, actually. Obviously, watching some of your other podcasts, I've seen that you've asked this question to some people. So, my one would be if you could have any superpower, what would it be and why?
Trying to think here.
You could go something down like that animal route we were talking about.
What?
If you could be any animal.
Yeah.
Because we had a favourite animal, didn't we?
Yeah, if you could be any animal, what would you be and why?
Okay, thank you for coming to our podcast.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for having us.
Appreciate it.
Follow us to keep up with more podcasts.